In a world where it's one man's destiny to always try to find his way home. In Saving Private Ryan, Matt Damon was lost in World War II, so the US government sent Tom Hanks and Vin Diesel, and everybody died except for Matt Damon, so he could get back home. In The Martian, Matt Damon is stranded on Mars, and he decides to break international law and also to eat poop potatoes so he can make it back home. In the Bourne quadrilogy, Matt Damon will stop at nothing to find out who he is and where to call home. In Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon has no direction in life. And then he finds a girl and decides that making a home with her is the best thing to do. And Ben Affleck is there. Classic Ben Affleck. In Titan AE, Matt Damon literally loses the entire Earth, so he spends the whole rest of the movie trying to find a new planet to call home. In Gary, Matt Damon plays Gary, and Casey Affleck also plays Gary. And it's two different characters. They just are both named Gary, and Gary decides to unalive Gary so Gary can make it back home. In Spirit, Stallion of the Cinnamon, Silmarillion. In Spirit, then Matt Damon plays a horse, and he gets captured by the US government and by Indians, and all he wants to do is go back home. In Dogma, Matt Damon is an angel, but he had to go open his big mouth and piss off Alanis Morissette, who, in case you forgot, is God. But there's a problem. He's being chased after by Jesus' 13th apostle, Chris Rock, who's upset for being left out of the Bible for being a brother. And let's not forget Alan Rickman, yes, Professor Severus Snape himself, shows up to remind Matt Damon that once again this is all his fault. But does Matt Damon learn? No, he just keeps trying to go home. And Ben Affleck is there, because of course Ben Affleck is. Classic Ben Affleck. In We Bought a Zoo, Matt Damon's wife dies, so he decides the best remedy is to buy a new home, which comes with a zoo. In Interstellar, Matt Damon said he found a new home for humanity. So some astronauts showed up, and he immediately tried to unalive them all so he could make it back to Earth, to home. In the second Happy Feet, because apparently one wasn't enough, there are two krill, one played by Matt Damon and one played by not Ben Affleck. And not Ben Affleck wants to leave the krill. He wants to be one in a krillion instead of one of the krill. And so he wants to leave. And Matt Damon goes with not Ben Affleck to try to convince him the whole movie that they should just go back home. Coming next summer, in Christopher Nolan's most ambitious project yet, Matt Damon just wants to go back home. It's the Odyssey, one of the most famous and oldest stories in human history. After the Battle of Troy, which was like 10 years, then it takes Odysseus 10 years to make it back home. Trapped at sea, hunted by monsters, cursed by fate, and joined by an absolutely stacked cast. Witness Tom Holland as Odysseus' plucky young son, because if there's a movie where someone needs to look confused and stressed, he's the guy. Anne Hathaway as Penelope, the wife who's been waiting around way too long for Matt Damon to just get back home. Zendaya as the cunning goddess Athena, guiding him through danger and just being in everything these days. Lupita Nyong'o as Circe, the sorceress who may or may not turn Matt Damon into a pig butt. Honestly, at this point, he'd probably still find his way back home. Robert Pattinson as a very moody and misunderstood Cyclops, just trying to vibe in his cave before Matt Damon shows up and ruins everything. Charlize Theron as Calypso, the immortal goddess, just trying to get Matt Damon to stay forever. But good luck trying to get this man not to want to go back home. John Bernthal as a Trojan warrior who really just wants Matt Damon to go home already. Benny Safdie as some unfortunate sailor who Nolan cast purely to stress him out. Elliot Page, who's a seafaring rogue who discovers way too late that getting on a boat with Matt Damon is a mistake. Mia Goth as a siren, but Matt Damon's gotta do what a Matt Damon's gotta do. And of course, Zendaya, again, because witness Zendaya next year in the Odyssey, and also Spider-Man 4, and also in Dune Part 3, and also in Euphoria Season 3, and also in Shrek Part 5. Yes, there's a fifth Shrek. What is even happening anymore? In IMAX theaters everywhere, Christopher Nolan's most ambitious project yet, Matt Damon just wants to get back home. In IMAX.